Welcome, ladies. Today we are here with Alison Callan, and she is here from Brisbane, Australia, all the way from Australia. Can you believe that? How amazing, right? The power of internet.
Hey,
Welcome,
Lincoln.
Alison. You're the only Aussie we have on this show, so welcome.
Oh, awesome. That's so good to hear. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
Oh my gosh, I love your accent. This is so cool. So, Alison is international award-winning clarity and success coach. Who doesn't want clarity and who doesn't want success? So, here we are. We are going to talk about just that, how to achieve that. She is a business coach. She is a certified practitioner of, and I want to say it correctly, neuro-linguistic programming, right? NLP.
Yeah.
And she is a facilitator, speaker, number one best-selling author. She's a mom to two little boys, and she is a wife. So, Alison, I want to know, how do you juggle it all?
What a question. And I don't think there's just one answer. Every day is a new minefield to figure out. But I think for me, with my personality type and with the skills that I have, juggling it all is just accepting that nothing is ever going to go according to plan, but having a plan and a strategy in the background for how things need to be, and the outcomes that I'm hoping to obtain by going through the actions or activities that I'm planning for, means that more often than not, I can get 80% of what I'm aiming for, what I'm hoping for, what I'm trying to experience. And accepting that the juggle is real. There's a lot of people in your world who want things from you and need things from you. And, you're always on the giving side of things. So for me, it's just making sure that I can keep some integration with filling my cup first, before I constantly get into that giving cycle for, friends, colleagues, clients, children, husband, making sure that I'm coming from a full place where I've looked after myself.
Yeah, it's impossible to do it otherwise, right? Because if we are running on empty, nothing is happening. If we are taking care of ourselves, now everything is possible all of a sudden. So I know that you are an expert on strategy and on structure, right? And you teach people how to do that so that they can have it all. They can fit it all into that 24-hour day. And to me, when I think of that, first thing that comes to mind is routine. Routine must be helpful. And some people would go like, oh, routine's so boring. Like, I don't just want to live my life like, like a cookie cutter, like every day is the same. I have a routine. But I also learned, and this goes back to my days when I was in college and I was working as a nanny. The mom of the baby was a flight attendant, and she taught me some really cool things. She taught me how to put dishes into a dishwasher in a way that it's super like efficient and like time efficient. Like, she's like, you need to put forks like this and this like that, and she like organized the whole dishwasher. She's like, do you know why? I'm like, no. And she's like, because when you pick it up, it saves you so much time. Like, if all the forks are together, you just grab them and dump them into a drawer. If you all knives, right, all spoons and all that. So I was like, such a small little everyday things, if we really take time to think of them and like really get organized in these little tasks, we can save ourselves a lot of time, half an hour maybe. And that's that time that we get to give to ourselves, like as a little gift every single day. That's the time, that's where it comes from, right? When we are running crazy. So that's just, I always thought it was kind of smart, and it came from her being, flight attendant and having to like, because before you land the last meal, how busy they get before the plane lands, and they have to like take care of everything, put it away and sit down and buckle up and we land, right? So that's how she learned, and that's what she taught me. So so what is your like favorite strategy, or what is your tip for our ladies who are watching, who are also moms, also busy working professionals or business owners? What would you advise them to try, or maybe if you have some tips, some ideas, something practical that they can implement?
Yeah, absolutely. I love planning and organizing for exactly that reason. It just makes things so much more efficient on the other end, and it creates really good habits. And that's what we want to get into, because if you have habits at the moment that tell you just do it this way because it's quicker right now, as opposed to habits that say, if we do it correctly right now, we're going to reap the rewards so much longer, so much further. So it's about setting those really good intentions and those really good rituals. And for me, I have a few things that I do. Intention setting Sunday. So intention setting Sunday for me, I sit down at some point during my day and I plan out my week. And I plan out where I need to be, what I need to be doing, what's the most important thing to me, where I have some free time. And I check that everything in my week is contributing to my bigger goals, so that I can naturally and consciously connect all of the activities and actions that I am planning to undertake that help me get closer to what I am desiring in my world. And how do I know what I'm desiring in my world? I sit down and I do a vision cast. So I'll sit and do a vision cast for a quarter. I lump 3 months together and I say, okay, how does that quarter actively help me get to that next program that I want to create, or to being able to take a holiday off with the kids for school holidays? Or how does it help me get towards that speaking opportunity that I'm wanting to do, or be invited to go on those awards, or write a book, whatever it might be. I set aside those chunks, and I can do it for the year, but I always like to keep things relatively in 3-month blocks for me, because it gives me that real sense of it's not too far ahead, but I definitely know where I'm going. And I've been doing it for so long now that I don't get bored of waiting. And I have daily rituals that help me bring a little bit of that success that I'm aiming for into every single day, so that I'm not always waiting and putting off that gratification of what I'm aiming to achieve, but I'm bringing it into my present by really honing in what it is that I want and why I want it, and actively making it happen. So I think for me, that's probably some of the most time efficient and enjoyable activities that I do: my quarterly vision casting and my planning on a Sunday. And then every single day, I go through rituals and routines that for me now are very quick, because they're mindful moments of transition. When we were talking earlier about how do you juggle, being a mum, running the business, being a wife, running a household, walking the dog, and still manage to create and see clients and do the things that you do. And a lot of it comes down to that planning for me, because if I know that in week 1 I can create, I can be in a creative zone, then I know that in week 2 I can focus on being in an excitement launch zone, and week 3 can be carrying out that piece of work. So if I can batch my time or my weeks into particular activities or particular focus areas, then I know that I'm achieving, and I'm not trying to split myself across too many expectations all in one go. But I'm planning to be able to cover them all without feeling overwhelmed by them or stretched by them. And I do that with my personal life too. So transition moments, before the kids were home all of the time with isolation, before I went to collect them from school and daycare, I would take the dog for a walk, a very quick walk, just around the block, 10-15 minutes, because that got me out of work mode and delivery mode into mum mode. And it gave me a 10-minute transition to really filter and process in my mind all of the things that I had done, hadn't done, wanted to do, and were still sitting on my plate, but I could be at peace with them before I then went and wanted to be present with the children in my mum mode without thinking about work. So it's about creating those pockets of time that help you transition from one mentality into another that really benefit your relationships and your mental health and your emotional health. You know, and I love writing lists at the end of my day that say, these are the things that I want to do tomorrow. You know, just a mini intention setting Sunday, so that I can say, of all of these things, they're going to be done, and they're going to be done tomorrow, or they're going to be done in the next week, or I've had these creative ideas that I'm going to take action on, but the time isn't a priority now. Mm-hmm. So lots of little things like that, when you become aware of them, can drastically change how you show up in each particular role in your life and help you juggle, manage, plan, and strategize, and still succeed, which is what we all want.
Yeah, it reminds me so much about what I do with my team, my skincare team. It's I teach everyone to do, you said quarterly plan, we do 90-day plan, same thing, right? Yeah. And what we teach them is 90-day plan is nothing huge, nothing that you have to sit down and brainstorm. It's like, you know where you want to be in 90 days. What does it take for you to get there? And then you break it down to like 1 day steps. A 90-day plan is nothing else than just 1 day repeated 90 times. And what is great for, even in our own life, like, let's say I want to achieve more time for myself, right? So I need to plan out my day. If it didn't work out so far, something's missing. So I need to try a different strategy, different approach. And I tried for 90 days, and 90 days later, I will know, did I create the result I wanted? Do I have those extra 30 minutes for myself or not? And if not, then something needs to, you know, be adjusted again. Yeah. It's just a way of like fine tuning and finding what works for us, so that we can eliminate as much stress as possible from our lives. Which brings me to my next question. What do you like to do to manage your stress levels, and how do you get rid of it?
Okay, I don't get rid of stress. I think I've come to understand that my response to stress is not having enough space to do the things that I want to do, or feeling frustrated and out of control. So stress to me is a really big indicator that I'm not noticing something that needs to be taken notice of. So I have to get into that space of understanding what I'm in resistance to that is causing me to not see the obvious. So often I love meditating. I really enjoy meditating. It quietens the mind, it quietens my body, and it allows me to really listen. And I really enjoy that. And I don't, you know, for me, meditating can even be walking the dog, because I'm outside, I'm rhythmically moving, I'm not necessarily thinking about other things. I am taking that mindful moment. So that's a really big one for me. I think planning to take holidays and take breaks, even mini breaks, is another really important thing that I've really noticed this past year, that I need to have some really good quality sleep, to really switch off and to change my environment. That's a key thing for me to be able to just adapt and renew. I love showers. If anything is too hard, have a shower, because everything becomes so clear in the shower. It's the water, it's the relaxation, it's the shower. The shower is the place. If you're confused about something, if you can't make a decision, have a shower. It solves so much.
I so agree with that. Like, the best downloads happen in the shower, right? I don't know what it is about water coming down and the messages or whatever. It's just working.
It is, absolutely. I love that. So that's a great one. And I think it is that level of self-awareness. It's getting to that point where stress isn't something that happens to us. It's something that we're creating because we're not in tune, we're not listening, we're not aware. So, you know, when I'm struggling to understand or manage my kids' emotions, then it's not their emotions that are causing me stress. There's something that I'm in resistance to somewhere within me, because it's the observation to their emotions. So it's just that, it's that personal awareness that always kind of comes home to me. And every morning I need to do a mindset pathway. I need to set myself up for success every single day by following a routine that works for me. And I need to do the same in the evening. I need to have an evening wind down of just a calibration of understanding what that day taught me, what was the purpose of that day, what wins, what challenges, you know, and really absorb all of those resources and learning, so that, you know, the next day or 56 days time, I'm really using what I learned from today in that day, and it will become apparent why I experienced what I experienced. So that's a really critical point for me to manage stress, because without those things, the days tend to build up and merge, and then you lose the wisdom that you have been exposed to in each particular day. So taking it as bite-sized chunks just really, really helps to minimize stress, you know. And yeah, I think they're probably the key things for me. And yeah, really good quality sleep, so important. So important. I know my productivity, my emotions, my mental health, everything deteriorates if I don't allow myself to get the sleep that I need. So not trying to fight myself to wake up at 5 a.m. if my body doesn't naturally want to do that. So it's really about trying to find my own natural rhythm and making sure that that sleep is restoring and recharging, because I know that I can do so much more in one day having had a great night's sleep than I can over 2 or 3 days when I'm trying to push myself to the limits.
That makes total sense, and it's very smart. Now, it makes so much sense to me, because a lot of people, including myself, what we like to do is start the day with setting the powerful intention for the day, and then ending the day with gratitude journal or journaling in general, right? And that's exactly what it takes. It's like setting that powerful intention is basically planning ahead, seeing that day already happen positively. And when we end the day, we just reflect. It's a reflection. And however you do it, whether you do it through meditation or you write it down, it's definitely helpful. I would also advise our ladies, if you didn't try it yet, really schedule in, like time management and planning is huge for me, and really schedule in not only that time for yourself, but also reward yourself. Okay, so it's gonna keep you motivated. It's gonna keep you want to do more of that. So you're gonna fall in love with that time that you get to focus on you and get to pamper yourself, and you get to just relax, maybe with a nice magazine and a glass of wine or coffee or something. But reward yourself, really. It is, we deserve it. We are busy mamas, busy women, and we deserve it. And if we don't give it to ourselves, nobody else will. So yeah, I want to know.
Absolutely. You're teaching your children so much by doing that. So much.
So I want to know, looking at you, you are gorgeous. So I want to know, what does radiant beauty mean to you, and how does that tie to your business?
I think radiant beauty to me is self-acceptance. You know, it's learning to love yourself. It's learning to appreciate all the highs and all the lows and all the experiences and everything that you have become, because that is what radiates out. It's that self-acceptance. It's that surety. It's that not waiting for acceptance from anyone else. It's already within you. And that just, I believe, helps a person glow and helps a person become so approachable as well, because it's something that is contagious, and it's something that you can see in others and spot and work to achieve for yourself. So to me, self-acceptance, self-love, all of those beautiful things that just help you know yourself for who you are, and love her.
Beautifully said, beautifully said. And it's so interesting to me. I'm just listening to you right now and I'm thinking, because self-acceptance came up for me like twice or three times today in different situations.
Oh,
Like
wow,
there's
yeah.
something I need to hear right now. So,
have a shower.
thank you. I'm going to shower. Yeah. Right. So yeah, that's true. So do you have any like a favorite, other than shower, favorite ritual that you like to do to like make your beautiful hair beautiful? Or do you have any skincare advice for us? Or what's your favorite secret?
Favorite one is getting a full body massage, definitely outside. I know you said at home, but that's the one thing I'm craving at the moment, because I know how good it is for me and how it's an all over fabulous thing. And I really, really love it. That is the epitome of self-care for me. At home, I love to make the simple things luxurious. So, you know, candles, oil diffuser, all of those kind of things in the bathroom, having a beautiful environment where you can really nurture yourself. And I love a good body brush. I think that is a really beautiful thing to do. I definitely don't do it as much as I would like to do, but I always feel so great afterwards. Body brush is amazing. And it's just turning all of these self-care, you know, the everyday things that we have to do, taking our makeup off, putting our makeup on, turning it into an experience that we enjoy, putting on some music, you know, telling ourselves how nice it feels, how good it is for us, how it can change the day and change who we are when we do these things. So having beautiful products that make you want to use them. You know how it feels when you have a new cream that you use for the first time, and how amazing that is, and you're so excited to use it, and after a while that just wears off. Well, remind yourself that it doesn't have to, that you can still encapsulate that feeling and that first time every time you do it, and the excitement that you have around that. And that's what I try and do, because it is important to take care of this physical form that we have. So yeah, I really like that.
Because when we do, we make ourselves feel special. And when we feel special, we fall in love with that special person, right? And that's where the beauty comes out. So yeah, very true. Yeah. I want to ask you, so I know that you brought a special gift for our guests, or for our viewers. Did. And I want to ask you, what is it?
So it is my 3-in-1 mindset pathway. So it's a bit of a bumper pack, but my mindset pathway is something that I rave about, and it's something that I do myself every single day, and I have done for years and years, and it literally transforms my entire day, and as a result has transformed my life. It is a morning mindset ritual which you can set up for yourself, and it's prompts, and it takes you through things that you can do first thing in the morning to set yourself up for success, to give you a sense of clarity. And with that mindset pathway, it also comes with a monthly vision cast, a quarterly vision cast, and a daily planner to help you understand how you can achieve the things that you're setting out for yourself. So it encapsulates all the things that I'm really passionate about, and I use personally. My clients use it. It's a game changer, and I would love for all of the ladies watching to give it a go and let me know how you find it, because I guarantee that it will definitely change how you show up.
And we need it. I know I need it. I know many of us ladies need it. So thank you for such a great gift. This is going to be very, very useful. So thank you so much. And I want to thank you, Alison, for tuning in. I know the things are not the easiest at home right now with your husband taking children to post office so that you could have a little bit of quiet.
Yeah.
So delegating happened.
Yeah.
Delegating happened.
Delegating did happen. He's taken my journals off to get posted.
Very good, very good. And you saved those 30 minutes for us, and I am really grateful for all of us, not just myself, but all the ladies. Thank you so much for your time and for sharing from the bottom of your heart. So
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Of course, it was a pleasure for us. I want to wish you all the best, and we'll be seeing you through your gift. We'll be able to connect with you, so we'll be seeing you and following you on social media and on your website and everywhere else. So thank you, and
beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And for you ladies, I hope you enjoyed today's conversation. I know it's a very helpful one. It's I need to sit down and redo my thing. So I'm so excited about this gift, because this is going to bring more clarity to me. So I can function better for the next 30 days after this summit. And 30, 90 days, right? 30, 60, 90. So I want to wish everyone happy evening if you're watching in the evening. If not, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.